the channel. I'm Captain Numpty, or Commander Numpty, or David Steele, and here's my boat. And this is SSN 614, this is USS Greenling, and we are in the middle of Operation Southern Edge, my 1982 campaign. And yeah, this is getting interesting. So we had been tasked with forward sweep of a convoy approaching Iceland. I say convoy of a tender. And then HQ said, actually, we need you to get to the Norwegian coast to intercept another diesel-electric boat carrying commandos. Like, okay, that's fine by me. Let's take a look of where we're at right now. So, we are playing cat and mouse, it would seem, with Sierra 4. We reckon it's a Foxtrot-class.
Come left to 264, helm I.
And what doesn't help is that we're operating in shallow waters. Now, we are able to deploy our Todari at this depth of 45 feet, which is very good. Well, we can't use our traditional advantage against most of the diesel-electric boats, which is we can run deeper. Now, we can run faster, but we can make a ton more noise and run deeper. So he's out here somewhere, and he has been dawdling along the map. He's heading towards Oslo. Now, the fjords to our south will be a perfect place for him to hide. So if we miss this target, there's a pretty good chance he's going to run and hide and get lost somewhere. So we need to make this count. So I'm turning travel perpendicular. I'm trying to essentially notch him because I get the best return of the best acoustics from my towed array. But there's traffic in the area. There's civilian traffic. So we're going to struggle to pick this guy up. And it's in shallow waters that nuclear boats with their towed array and their high speed
Con, helm, steady course.
high endurance are a bit wasteful. This is the kind of mission I would probably love to be in, yeah, possibly in an Oberon class. But we're not. We're in a nuke. I'm going to accelerate time, see if we don't pick him up. Nothing. I may have to just head towards him. Kind of hope for the best. We really aren't getting anything at all, are we? There's not much to see here either. Alright. Let's point my nose towards him. I don't want to let this...
Come right to 342, helm I.
Like I say, I don't want to let this guy get away. That would not be good. Now, as far as weapons and equipment, we have 4 harpoons.
Con, helm, steady course.
Shouldn't be useful against a diesel-electric boat unless he's on the surface, and I will pop up my sensors and check. And a total of 8 Mark 48 Mod Zeros. They are the pre-production Mark 48s, the 1973 vintage. So they're not as effective as the Mod 1s, and in turn not as effective as the Mod 3s. Why are we carrying Mod 0s, Mod 0s? Because that's all that were available. Holy Lock has been compromised, the tender that was there has been damaged, she's somewhere else right now. And there is a port between us and Oslo, and see if they have any weapons, because if there's just one diesel-electric boat here and we take 1 torpedo, great. But I got to be very careful not to sink a civilian transport if I can. Let's take a look at these guys. We've got a trawler here. He's coming at me. Norwegian. We have another trawler, another Norwegian. And finally, we've got, let's go back to my merchant. Oops, wrong one. It's the merchant. So, we don't really want to sink any of those. That would not be good. But it would help if I can just acquire this Foxtrot again. Maybe I should
Come right to 073, helm I.
try notching to the east. Now, it's entirely possible that he's picked something up and he's scuttled away. He's heading north. Or he might be scuttling towards me at
Con, helm, steady course.
super slow speed at 3 knots, and I might not detect him till I'm right on top of him. Alright. Well, we were in accelerate time. Let's run that. And it's a little overconfident, but I might use some active sonar, but let's just check the surface.
Up to go.
There's nothing out there. There's no airborne threat, which is good. We're in friendly territory.
Down to go.
We're just not detecting anything. But depth, total depth, I've got just over 200 feet below the keel, so I am able to use my towed array, which is nice, but not if we don't hear him. If we can't detect him. I wonder if I want to reposition. I think what we might do, see, I think if he fires upon me...
Come left 2, 3, 5, 6, helm I.
I don't want to say he's not a threat, but he's really not that big a threat. If he fires upon me, as long as I don't do anything
Con,
stupid...
helm.
Make depth 200 feet, dive
I'm
high.
going to be able to avoid his weapons. So we'll get down to 200 feet.
Con, dive at 200 feet, dive
I've
high.
got 50 foot below the keel. Now I am kind of hugging the seabed. We're going to crank it up to 15 knots.
Make turns for 1, 5 knots.
Can I do 20 knots at
Maneuvering
this
on.
depth? I don't think I can. Let's just try it.
Make con
Nope,
sonar.
I can't.
We are cavitating.
Okay.
Con sonar. No longer cavitating.
He may have detected that. And that might be all the clue he needs to fire upon me, but nothing so far. So let's go ahead and run accelerate time. Now, see, if I was him and I thought I picked something up, I would run to the north and double back up myself, probably. And if I just heard that, I would consider getting a cheeky shot off, but if he's at range, he's not going to be able to reach me with his torpedo, so... We'll head to the east of M3, and then what we'll do is we'll head a little bit to the west once we clear this guy. You can actually see him. Yeah. Well, we can see the cavitation there just over my hull. Okay, let's turn a little to the west. Like so. Get to 325. That's good enough. And then we'll just let that pan out just a little bit. Let's see what if we just reposition ourselves just a little bit better. Okay, we are most definitely accelerate time, so okay, I think that's good enough. So we'll ultra quiet and periscope depth.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
And
Con sonar regained contact on master 2 bearing 25.
Con, dive at 4-5 feet, dive high.
quick sensor sweep.
Raise the radar mast.
Nothing. Okay.
Downscope.
So this deliberations. If he's slowly traversing east to west, which he was on the strategic map, he may be slipping further west. So I'm going to run west for a time.
Come left 270 helm I.
And if he's still to the northwest of me, we might have a chance of picking him up on sonar.
Con helm steady course.
But in the interest of keeping this video less than 4 hours, I might just ping actively. Now, I do need to say, there are occasions when I'm playing this game that I'm not playing to record an action exciting a video. I might just play the thing out and see what happens. But I think Commander Numpty would be a bit more aggressive in the Greenling, especially if he thinks he's up against just one boat. It also wouldn't be numpty if we didn't do something crazy like. So let's drop out of accelerate time. Let's drop out of ultra. Well, let's keep it ultra quiet. Let's just ping actively. Let's see what happens. What I expect to happen is one or two things. One, I'll get a counter ping after a couple of my own pings, and possibly even counter fire. Or two, get nothing. And if I get nothing, I'm in trouble, because then I probably failed the mission. So let's ping.
Con sonar switching to active search.
That's one ping. That's the second one. Still nothing. Okay. this is something of a worst case. We don't get anything back. That's 5 pings and nothing. Okay.
Con sonar, switching to passive search.
I am a little
Make
disappointed
depth
with that.
300 feet. Dive I.
So what I'm going to do is get my depth to 300 foot. We're going to head west at 15 and then 20 knots, if we're able to, without cavitating. We should be going into slightly deeper water. I'm going to pause the recording, and after I've repositioned, we'll see what happens. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Welcome back.
Con sonar regained contact on Master 2, bearing 247.
And I think it worked. Let's switch back to the map and I'll show you what I mean. So we've reacquired him. He's traveling west, and we reckon he's 20,000 yards away. I'm not sure if he really is 20,000 yards. Let's see. Yeah, he's pretty weak signal, and we think he's moving away from us. So I suspect he's not that far.
Come left to 243, helm I.
But I may be wrong, and I'm happy to be wrong.
Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 4, last bearing 25.
Con,
I
dive at 4-5 feet. Dive I.
kind of expect that because the towed array has losing him, but okay. All right.
Con sonar switching to active search.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
I actually meant to go ultra quiet, not active ping, but oops. Okay. I think I'm going to get that back down to 300 feet. I'm not going to be quite so stealthy now.
300 feet. Dive I.
Let's run. I'm going to cavitate this
Con
depth.
sonar, we are cavitating.
But I want him to know that I know that he's there.
Con sonar lost contact. Master 1, last bearing 044. Contact is in the baffles.
I want.
Con sonar lost contact. Master 2, last bearing 246. Contact faded.
And I want him to know that I'm.
Con helm, steady course.
I want him to know that I'm coming for him, and I want him to know that I know where he is. Now I don't know where he is, but that's okay because I will once he reveals himself and gets himself up to a higher speed. So let's accelerate time.
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
Okay, as we drop below 300 feet, we stop cavitating, so we're making a little less noise. We're not quite skimming the seabed, but more or less. We're running at accelerate time. So it reckoned he was 20,000 yards away. Now what's his top speed? 15 knots. I'm going to slowly catch up with him. He's going to make a lot of noise at 15 knots, and he will eventually run out of battery. I won't run out of energy, at least not in the next few years. So I'm happy to run at 20 knots and run in this direction. So we've got a distance to go. I don't propose to keep everyone here for the whole time. I'll pause the recording and I'll be back. Oh, he's pretty sneaky. He is just below the layout that I've hit. He's about 150 foot, as are we now. And we reckon he's about 6,500 yards away. But he's got his tail to me. So we reckon from the acoustics. So let me take a look. He's possibly heading west. And he's moving at 8 knots. So this means a couple of things. One, he can't hear me. We are in his baffles. And that's great, but we're not going to catch him.
Come right to.
I'm going to get up to 10 knots.
10 knots. Maneuvering I.
We'll slowly catch him like this, but I really want to get...
Non-maneuvering. Making turns for 10 knots.
I want to get better acoustics on him. So we have a solution of 60% right now. Let's go ahead and accelerate time.
Con helm,
That's
steady
better.
course.
So we are actually going to intercept him. His course is 250. Let's make my course 255, give or take. It's good enough. So we'll gradually intercept him. And part of me just thinks, get a torpedo off. It'll be fine. And turn hard away. We pop above the layer, perhaps. Like he's 6,500, 5,000 yards. Oh, there he is. Hello. Okay, I'm actually going to turn north. There we go. Or close to north. Then what we're going to do is we're going to get right on his 6. Let's see. Can we see ourselves from his perspective? Yes, we can. Start to turn towards him. If we get right on his 6, now he's a good chance he's... Oh, actually, no, that's a bad idea. If we get right on his 6, he's going to fire on me as soon as he detects that torpedo, and that's going to be very bad for me. So, I think what we want to do is fire about this point. Like so.
Shoot 2-1.
And
Aye,
then
sir.
get out of here.
Come right to 0, 2, 1. Helm aye.
So I'm going to get my depth down, if I can, to 300 feet, and we're going to crank on to 20 knots. I really want to kind of open up the angle and the distance, but there's a pretty good chance. It's probably good enough angle-wise.
Passing 200 feet.
You're heading just past north, so we're putting on a bit of distance between ourselves and between him, and we'll get up to 15 knots right now.
Make turns for 1-5 knots. Maneuvering
Now, if he does a crazy Ivan, if he changes his course,
maneuvering. Making turns for 1-5 knots.
there's a good chance he's going to hear us, and so I'm going to run this torpedo in active mode. Yeah, so it's going to run quicker.
Passing 300 feet.
It's got 25 minutes left on timer. Get my depth to close to 300 foot. Yeah, we overdove a little bit. Let's get it back up. Yes, you see, we've got a good enough acoustics on him from behind him. We'll lose him if we run up to... Yeah, don't want to run up necessarily to 20 knots. We'll lose the wire too. Well, I don't want to... So I want to try and manage this. If you look to the bottom right, if we ping him actively, we're going to get 19 decibel return. Passive sonar, we're going to get 5 decibels. Great. And nothing on the towed array. That's because we're too deep to deploy that. And now we're going to get 4 decibels. So I want to, if that gets too much lower, I want to reduce my speed so we can at least keep in touch with him and possibly put my depth up a little bit as well. If we can get my depth so that's 200 feet below the keel, I've got a much better chance of keeping up with him. So I've got to be basically 200 feet. I think I might want to do that. It's not good to lose him. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
Make turns for 10 knots.
As we slow down, we're at 6 decibels on him now, which is good.
Con maneuvering. Making turns for 10 knots.
Now, don't get me wrong, I'd love it to be... Okay, 9 decibels is much better. I'd love it to be closer to 10, but 9 it is. And when this torpedo goes live, it's way out of range of me. So I can trust the torpedo to do its
Con
thing.
sonar.
Okay.
Launch transient from Sierra 4.
He detected me. Now, I can't see his torpedo. But my torpedo will have a pretty good idea. Has he launched 1 or 2? Just 1, I think. And I don't think it's a big threat. It's swinging more to the north, but not that much more to the north. Okay. So at 200 feet, we've got a pretty
Con
good...
sonar. Noisemaker bearing 2, 4, 5.
Pretty good...
On fire control. Weapon acquired.
Pretty good return on both active... Sorry, well, on both the submarine sensors and the towed array. I'm going to ping this guy actively. I'm going to use this torpedo in active mode.
Weapon acquired. Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
Because if there's anything else out here, I'd like to spook it. I'd like to get a crack at it too. For all I know, there's a kilo hunting me.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
So far, what we've got is a big, juicy target. Let's go up another noisemaker.
Con sonar.
There he goes.
Noisemaker bearing 2, 4, 5.
I'll let the Mark 48 veer to the right, it's going to turn back towards him, like so, and he is going to be snookered because the torpedo is just that,
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
just that little bit ahead of him now. Kaboom! Any second.
Con, sonar, lost contact. Sierra, 4. Last bearing, 2, 4, 6.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Target prosecuted. Okay, back to me. So I'm running ultra quiet, heading up to the periscope depth.
Come left 2, 3, 3, 5.
This is going to be a
Helm
threat. Nope, not a threat at all. It's going to be about 1,200 yards to my stern. It's not got the sensor to detect
Con,
me, I don't
sonar,
think.
regained contact on. Master, 2. Con, helm, steady course.
So I'm
Dive
good
at
with
4,
that.
5 feet. Dive high. Upscope. Raise the radar mast.
Quick check of the sensors overhead, but I think they are pretty much there. Yeah, I think so. Okay.
Downscope.
Right. Well, I actually think that we did well enough here. I think for a simple mission where we had to rush over here and sink this submarine, if this was indeed my primary target, we did great. So hopefully you got something from that. A fairly clean, straightforward interception with an experienced crew. Greenling is probably going to get rushed back to Iceland for the next mission. But thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope you enjoyed it. And I'll see you the next time. Goodbye.